Jessica held Anderson tightly in her arms, calming him down as he trembled. Behind her, Jackson, with a twisted, psychopathic smile, collapsed from exhaustion. She turned quickly, calling his name. "Anderson, wake up." She patted his face. No response. His pulse, irregular. Jessica rushed him to the emergency room. Hours passed. Finally, the doctor approached. "It's likely the recent trauma in the village. He's mentally affected, but there's no need to worry. He's just exhausted. He'll be discharged soon." Jessica sighed in relief, but deep inside Jackson's mind, Anderson was chained, wrists and ankles bound, trapped in the dark with his eyes closed. The next day, Jackson was back to normal. He helped his dad in the mechanic shed. The school reopened. He rejoined his nerd friends, laughing, blending in. But one day, while working in the shop, he noticed red oil dripping from a tractor. His breathing grew heavy. He licked his lips. A wave of excitement washed over him. Blood. Memories of past killings returned. He turned slowly. His father sat nearby, working. Jackson gripped a hammer. He stepped forward, just one strike away, but he froze. Fear of exposure held him back. "I'm feeling dizzy, Dad. Need to rest," Jackson said, and walked away. The next day, Jackson told his father he wanted to test drive the tractor. His dad smiled. "Be careful." But on the road, he lost control, slamming into a parked car. A man from a nearby store ran out furious. He pulled Jackson out of the tractor and raised a fist to strike. Jackson froze. Terror flooded him, a chill down his spine. Suddenly, another voice emerged, a new personality. Stephen, innocent, cowardly, kind. I'm sorry," he stuttered. "It wasn't on purpose. I can pay. Please don't hurt me." The man's hand dropped. "You're the mechanic's son, right?" Jackson nodded. "Just be careful next time." That night, Jessica heard voices from Anderson's room. "Stephen, no, it was our fault, Jackson. Please, leave it." Jackson, "He showed me fear. You coward. I won't let him live." Stephen, "I beg you. It's wrong." Jackson, "Not today, you piece of trash. But someday, I'll kill him." Jessica knocked. "Anderson? Is someone in there?" "Practicing for a skit, Mom," Jackson replied with a smile. Jessica left, unsure. One night, Jackson returned to that man's house. He knocked. No answer. Knocked again. The man opened the door, saw nothing, and shut it. Knock. Knock. He opened it again, this time with a gun in hand. He stepped outside, searching. Jackson slipped inside, silent as a shadow. Just as the man returned, wham! A hammer to the head. The man collapsed, bound and gagged. When he awoke, Jackson stood over him, holding a knife. The man whispered, "Anderson, are you out of your mind? Why are you doing this?" Jackson grinned. "Anderson's asleep. I'm Jackson." The man's eyes widened. "You raised your hand against me during the tractor incident. That was your mistake." Jackson sat on the man's arm and slowly snapped it. The man screamed in agony. Jackson laughed. He grabbed a knife and sawed off 2 fingers. The man sobbed, drooled, begged. Then Jackson scooped out his right eye with a spoon. "I like watching the fear," he whispered. Finally, a knife to the chest, twisted, blood everywhere. The next day, the village was in chaos. Another kill. the killer, still out there. A curfew was enforced. No one was allowed outside after dark. Jessica kept hearing voices from Anderson's room. Every night, the whispers continued. Meanwhile, Jackson grew distant. He abandoned his father's workshop, avoided his friends. Grades fell. One day, a professor scolded him in class, publicly humiliated him. Jackson stood silently, smiled, and whispered, "Thank you." The professor looked puzzled. That night, Jessica noticed Anderson sneaking out. She followed, silently. Jackson arrived at the professor's house, knocked. "I just wanted to apologize," he said. The professor, surprised but kind, welcomed him inside for tea. Jackson followed him to the kitchen. Crack. A hit to the head. The professor collapsed, bound, gagged. When he awoke, Jackson smiled. "You embarrassed me in class. This is payback." He dipped the professor's hands into a fryer. Screams echoed. Jackson waited, pulled out crispy fingers, cut one, dipped it in sauce. "Tastes better than it looks," he laughed. Then, a knife. Slowly dragged from left to right through his kidneys, also enjoying the scream with his eyes closed and smile on his face. Outside, Jessica watched, frozen, pale, trembling. She saw everything. Next morning, the school shut down. Another holiday. Jackson ate breakfast calmly. Jessica gripped a kitchen knife, step by step. She approached. He paused. "Planning to kill me, Mom?" Jessica froze. Jackson stood, smiled, stepped closer. "Who are you?" she cried. "Are you Anderson? Or someone else?" "I saw you last night," he said, "at the professor's house, watching." Jessica's hands trembled. "I'm not Anderson," Jackson whispered. "I'm Jackson." He lunged, wrestled the knife from her hands. As he raised it to her eye, Stephen interrupted. "Stop! She's our mother," he cried, voice stuttering. "She knows everything," Jackson shouted. "She has to die." "No, you monster. You have to be stopped." Jackson pushed Jessica into the wall and raised the blade again. But then, Jessica screamed, "Anderson!" Everything froze. A chill shot through Jackson's spine. Suddenly, Anderson woke. Tears rolled down his cheeks. "Mom, it's me. I'm back." Jessica smiled, weakly. But when he looked down, she was bleeding. Jackson had already stabbed her. Her final words, "You're back, my baby." She collapsed. Silence. Anderson screamed. He hit the floor, hugged her, wept. Then he grabbed the knife to protect her legacy, to end the story. He stabbed her again and again on multiple organs to make it look like a serial killer had done it. And finally, he placed the blade to his throat. Memories flashed. Laughter, chores, warmth, her smile, slash, left to right. Jackson begged him to stop, but Anderson overpowered him. Blood spilled, and Anderson faded into darkness. When the cops arrived, they found the lifeless bodies. They concluded the serial killer had struck again. Another victim, another mystery, unsolved forever.